Video. I think that's enough. Thank you.
My name is Paul Mwambu. I work as Commissioner, Crop Inspection and Certification at the Ministry of Agriculture and Industrial Fisheries. We are here today at Hotel Protea in Tebe in a big meeting of African Union, and the main topic of discussion is how to use technology in enabling trade, particularly of concern to us as African Union member states, is how to safely engage in trade between ourselves but also beyond Africa. And one of the tools that we have taken up is called electronic phytosanitary certification system, that for food or plants, for any agricultural product to be allowed to move from one country to another, just like in human beings we issue passports, for consignments of agricultural products we issue what we call phytosanitary certificate. Now this certificate is to give guarantee to the country trading with the one that is sending that these goods or products are coming free of pests or diseases that can also affect their agricultural industry, but also to ascertain that it is safe. So what we are doing here as a country, we started this process in 2020 as Uganda, and it has been very successful because it has helped us to avoid any forgeries which we used to see during the manual system. This one it has a lot of security features, and once it is issued, it is difficult to forge. So most of the other African countries have come to benchmark on us as Uganda, having implemented it successfully, and also for them to draw lessons from us so that those who have not yet started can also do that. There's mutual recognition of each other. What is cleared in Kenya should be acceptable in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Southern Sudan, and all other member states. And the reverse should also be true, that what we clear is also acceptable in the other member states. Whenever there is a breach, then there's normally room to discuss, to understand what the matter could be, and we have always able to solve it.
This phytosanitary certificate is issued to facilitate exports of plants, plant products, and regulated articles, certifying that they are free from specific pests and diseases, all stating that they are in compliance with import conditions of the destination country. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also tell you that how did we begin the E-PHYTO system? In 2020, on request of our department and approved by the top leadership of the ministry, we requested to have this E-PHYTO into our system, because we had many challenges that were overwhelming us in the horticulture exports. And most of these challenges were because of documentation interceptions, especially in the EU. So the eight people had to request to see how we can improve on and move away from these interceptions as far as documentation is concerned. So the NPPO in 2020 had to migrate from the manual system for issuance of phytosanitary certificates to an electronic system. I would like to mention here that before we migrated, we had many problems, continuing with forgery and the bulk of dealing with paperwork. So we had no choice but to change from that system to a better system. I just want to say, better take up this thing. It's very good. For those ones who are doing it already, thank you very much. But those ones who are not, the time is now. You need to adopt the system. It's very good. Through this workshop, we hope we are going to foster new partnerships and build a new system for action in the E-PHYTO. I know that everybody has got experiences. Let's enjoy yourself and building partnerships to move forward. I know if we move forward in partnership and in collaboration, the sky is the limit. We shall achieve a lot. Now, while I have told you all that, we look forward for your good working relationship.
AU-IAPSC as the implementing office, we were requested to partner together with development partners in mobilizing the necessary resources to facilitate the implementation and domestication of the plant health strategy at national, regional, and continental levels. And this is part of that implementation, what we're doing here today. The STC, the Specialized Technical Committee, further requested the African Union Commission to develop an implementation plan that would include clear targets and milestones, a detailed coordination mechanism, and a strategy to enhance ownership and buy-in by all stakeholders. It's one thing to develop a document, it's another to actually roll it out and get it working and be of benefit to the intended users. So,
Union Inter-Africa Phytosanitary Commission, and to help them implement the AU Africa-wide plant health strategy. As part of the implementation of the strategy, we are working with them, supported by USDA, to develop the capacity for adoption of the E-PHYTO system. We have undertaken a study, and we found out that many of Africa Union member states have not yet adopted the E-PHYTO system as recommended by the IPPC. Currently we have 10 countries implementing E-PHYTO in Africa, and 9 have registered to implement. However, this is out of the 55 AU member states that are in Africa, and we feel that this capacity is low. It is low because we want African member states to trade with each other and also at the international arena. And E-PHYTO system allows that continental and global trade. E-PHYTO is the electronic phytosanitary system, is a certificate that supports the movement of agricultural products across countries. So when we adopt the digital, we are embracing the new frontiers, the new innovation to help facilitate trade in Africa, but also at the global arena. This is also in line with the international good practices, but also the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, to allow countries within Africa to exchange, but also to exchange with the, other international trading partners. We have received a lot of non-compliant certificates, and we know that the E-PHYTO system will allow and reduce this to some extent, facilitating the private sector to export compliant goods in Africa and internationally. So CABI is supporting this particular work, and we are hoping that after this workshop, more African member states will be adopting the E-PHYTO system and will enhance trade.